In Mark 14, starting in verse 50, it talks about how Jesus is led away by um, um, the armed guards who came with Judas to arrest him, and all his disciples fled, and he had to face this all by himself. And then in verse 51 and to 52, there is this really interesting incident where there's a man that was dressed solely in a linen garb and who was following after Jesus, and the uh, soldiers tried to grab him. He um, they only got the linen garb, and he fled away naked. Now there's something very peculiar about this that we don't really get in the most English translations, and that is that the clothing that this man was wearing was actually a burial garb. And so why was he wearing only a burial garb? Now, tradition states that this was Mark, the man who actually wrote the gospel, who was the rich young ruler who refused to leave everything behind. And so this would be showing that he left absolutely everything behind and, try to follow Jesus. So that's one, uh, uh, y- you know, o- one interpretation of it. The other is why is it a burial garb? Is this somebody who had risen from the dead? When Jesus rose from the dead, it said that there were all kinds of people who rose from the dead in that time. And so I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, whether this is John Mark, whether this is one of the people who rose from the dead, and who would that be? It's a young man. That's very interesting little addition and detail in the gospel that gives a mystery that we can look into further. I'd love to know your thoughts. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye.